Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Let's just see if I can pull up my chats here so I can see everybody. Oh, heck. Everybody's excited. Got some love from Toot. Orchid says, the fork, I forgot it was Monday. Yeah, I have had to remind myself all day that I'm actually streaming. It doesn't feel like a Monday. But it is DH Stream Day. Is the truth. Cheryl, hi! I'm so glad you could join us. I know you were looking forward to tonight's stream. Sorry, I'm having some positioning issues with my mic. I'm here. Orchid says I gotta go do work soon, so I guess I should have realized sooner or later. Yeah, well, I'm glad I'll be able to keep you company through work. And Cheryl says, I'm happy to be here. I am happy you are here as well. How is coming for the camera? And okay, Orchid. Yes, we are spinning the wheel tonight. So let's hop over and I'll show you. Let's see if I can get this thing working. You can still see Pow coming, hopefully. So yes, let's take a look at tonight's wheel. And I do have all of my projects here in this basket. So everything on the wheel I can grab at any time. So on the wheel today, we have 3 whips and 2 new starts. So it's not technically the Wheel of Whips right now. It's the Wheel of Whips and 2 potential new starts. So we have got Celtic Goddess. Oh, heck. In all kinds of arms here. Which is the piece that I've been working on for the last hour or so. So that's why it's currently out. So we've got Celtic Goddess. We have Cozy Bob, which I don't think I've shown off on stream yet. But Cozy Bob is a new piece that I designed, and I'm working up the little sample here. So that's an option. And then we have the Kyrie and Sora piece that I have been working on for the last few months, on and off. So I'm down here doing some greenery. So this is like a big, it's not quite full coverage. It's mostly full coverage, mostly coverage. So that's, it's a lot of work. So those are the 3 whips that are on the wheel. And then I put 2 new starts on the wheel. As you can see, they're labeled new start. One of them is the Detective Toadski pattern by Mama Witch Cross Stitch. And one of them is the vintage Halloween candy buckets from the Witchy Stitcher. So if you would like me to spin the wheel on Twitch, it is a channel point redeem. If you are on YouTube, because I can't do channel points on YouTube, let Toot know if you would like to redeem for a spin, and they'll make it happen the next time the redeem comes up. So that's just kind of the way we have to deal with it right now. But yeah, so when I am commanded to spin, I spin. And in the meantime, I stitch on whatever comes up on the wheel. So that's the gimmick. Toot says, random question. You use 14 count, Ada. I don't think you've ever used 16 count. No, Toot was asking what kind they use. You see, Toot doesn't kit up their own projects. They have an auto kitter. So basically Toot just speaks into the universe, like doesn't even have to talk to anybody. Just kind of says it out loud at some point. I'd like to do this pattern, and then at some point in the future, the floss and fabric and pattern just appear in front of her. It's a really convenient system. So this is the Celtic Goddess piece by Raven Stitchcraft that I'm currently working on. I'm kind of jumping all over the place. It was my first, again, this isn't 100% full coverage, but it's almost full coverage, and really it should be full coverage, but I decided not to stitch one of the colors. So you can see it's on this beautiful dark blue Space Ada, and instead of stitching the called for black, I am stitching I'm just leaving those spaces blank. So it really should be full coverage. And I found out after I started this that people usually start full coverage like in the top or in the corner or something. I didn't. I started in the middle, and now it's like a little bit wonky. Anyways, but the last time I worked on her, I got this like eye area done, and that really made me want to continue getting some work done. Vampaza, hi! I'm so glad you could join us. You've been busy. Saw you getting a lot of work done on various pieces. Yes, trying to get the right side of the Deadly Aquarium done for this week. Awesome. I finished my Deadly Aquarium. The frame, anyways. The frame is all that's out. I've finished the frame, and yeah, it's kind of a weird feeling. Like I'm not quite sure what to work on now, which is why I've been relying on my wheel a lot. And Charles says, I always start full coverage in the middle. I'm always worried I mismeasured the Ada and would prefer to leave stitches off the edges. Yeah, that's true. I haven't really done much full coverage, so... And I had a bad habit of not leaving myself nearly enough Ada, and I can show you on another piece of not leaving nearly enough space for myself. So I then overcompensated and started leaving way too much Ada. Which actually, speaking of leaving way too much Ada, I will show you the silliness that ensued. Also, how is the lighting? Can you guys see that? It's a little bit dark in here. Usually turning off the light behind me helps with the shadows, but I don't know. And Orchid says I would want to start it in the middle as well. Yeah, that's a lot. I think that's better. Even though we've got kind of the shadow going on. I feel like you can see what I'm working on better. Thank you, Toot. It's just odd because usually it's the other way around. The camera usually like adjusts to the darker lighting and it's fine. Anyway, I was saying, I finished a piece today. And if you guys were here for last Monday's stream, it's actually the piece that we designed together. So this is In a Sea of Doozers by Moki. And as you can see, I left a lot of extra Ada. Way too much, in fact. But that's okay. It'll give me lots of options for when I frame it, which I'll probably do it in a little hoop. Oh, I'm sorry, Orchid. You're almost done. So yeah, so this is the one that we designed on stream last week, and I could not stop working on it. So it's not a huge piece. It's 1,500 stitches. And then, yeah, I had so much fun with it. So this is going to be going up in the shop in the next couple of days. And thank you, Sai, and welcome in. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. The only thing is that I did the bottoms of the radishes in 3033, and it's almost the same color as this oatmeal Ada. So I did a little bit of backstitching around. The backstitching is optional. It just depends on what fabric you're using. Like if I had done this on a piece of white or a piece of black, I wouldn't have needed it, but because it's so close to the color of that radish. But I really love the way it worked out. I love the colors. I love this piece, and I'm really happy with it. Welcome back, Orchid. Sorry about the adpocalypse there. We do what we must. But speaking of ads and the shop and ways to support the stream, I'm going to talk to you guys for just a second about some of the more uncomfortable businessy bits of being a streamer. Arca says, I'm not complaining about you, don't worry. Aw, thank you. So there are a bunch of different ways to support the stream. Obviously, the best way to support the stream is just by subscribing, liking, following, telling your friends about the stream, hyping up the stream in other places, bringing more people in. That's the best way that you guys can help us. So if you would like to also help monetarily, which is where it gets awkward for me because anyway, but if you'd like to help monetarily, there are a few ways that you can do that. If you're on Twitch, you can subscribe. However, I have also been working on setting up the Ko-fi shop. So we have an Etsy store, but if you're familiar with Etsy, you know that it's not the greatest platform for sellers and that it's often a little bit more expensive. There are a lot of fees involved and things like that. Oh, both Nightbot and Ko-fi-bot are on it. I see. So let me show you. So what I've done is we still have the Etsy store. The prices on the Etsy store have increased in the last few days to basically compensate for those higher fees. So if you want to support us on Etsy and drive up our visibility, you can favorite the patterns on Etsy. If you'd like to save a little bit of money and still support the stream, you can head on over to our Ko-fi. I always say Ko-fi. It's coffee. So we've had the Ko-fi for a while, just as a place where you can support the stream by buying us a coffee, buying a treat for the animals. And you're still able to do that. You can do a one-time donation for as much or as little as you'd like. You can also set up a monthly donation. Because I don't have a Patreon or a subscription on YouTube, it works the same way, except I don't have any rewards set up, and you decide how much you want to pay monthly. But if you'd like to do that, you can set it up so that $5 monthly goes towards us and the kids, that kind of thing. But what I've done is I've been working really hard to set up the shop. So the shop has all of my patterns, knitting, crochet, and cross stitch that I have been providing for you guys at the price point that I wanted to provide them. But the really exciting thing about Coffee is that I'm able to offer freebies now. So I'm so happy about that. So if you guys head over to the Coffee, you can actually find free patterns on here. So you can see right here, these are the 3 knitting patterns that I offer for free. And I have a free cross stitch pattern for you guys as well. This is the first time I am announcing this. I have not announced it on social media. I have not announced it in the Discord, but you will, let's just see if I can scroll down. I think it's like the first thing. Yeah, here we go. So you all know that I am a huge Ancient Aliens fan. So as our very first freebie, you can stitch your very own mini Giorgio Tsoukalos. And hopefully by stitching a mini Giorgio Tsoukalos and I don't know, maybe sharing it on social media, Giorgio and I will become best friends. That is my goal in designing this pattern, to become best friends with Giorgio Tsoukalos. But I'm really happy that I'm able to offer free patterns, not just knitting patterns through Ravelry like I was before. So I'm hoping to drop one, every few weeks for you guys, and I will announce them in the Discord and on the streams before I send them out to the big wide world. But they're always going to be available on the Coffee. It's not quite as easy to navigate as the Etsy, but you can use, if you're looking for just the freebies, you can use the search bar to search for freebies. You can sort by the price, everything like that. It does have tags. The tags will bring up the categories of the things that you want. So yeah, I've been working on this. I am so excited. I am so happy to be able to offer freebies for you guys and just kind of polish up the Coffee. We've had it for a while. I haven't really done anything with it. I'm hoping to do more with it. So that is that. And yeah. That is my little ad for the Coffee over. And thank you for the hydrate toot. And thanks, Vampazza. Vampazza says looks great. There is a little booger bean on my desk. You can see little tiny paws. She's prancing around, doing a little sit. Oh, and we've got a wheel spin from Orchid. Bella, you want to spin the wheel? Oh, heck. All right. We're spinning the wheel, guys. We are spinning the wheel. Ready? Let's go. And the winner is... Ooh, is it going to be a new star? It's going to be Kyrie. That's right on the line. The winner is Kyrie. All right. Let's pull that out and get a little bit done on them. The person that I'm making this one for, their birthday is in August. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to get this finished for then, but I'm not putting too much pressure on myself. We've always had a policy since we were kids of not giving each other gifts on a schedule. We just kind of give each other gifts when we see something the other person would like. Orchid says I wanted Toad. Detective Todofsky will be started soon, whether on stream or in the next couple of days. Have no fear. Alright, just gotta tick off what I just did on goddess. Oop, so I don't lose my place. Fiery. And I think when last I left this, yes, I was at the end of a thread. So I need to get out some 732. Orchid says I wanted Toad. Toot says also Toad is Mama Witch cross stitch. It is. Moon says take me to Toad. Toadstorm. Take me to Toad. No, I can't do Toad. I have so many regrets right now. So many regrets. However, if you want to hear what Sandstorm would sound like as sung by Toad, tune in on Wednesday because we are going to be doing a joint stream with Moonphased, who is my favorite Toad impersonator. I can't make you do Toad. I will influence you. And yes, there is no tree eat tonight because it is too hot. It's too hot to move. It's too hot to breathe. Wait, Toot and I have set up our living situation. There is a fan right there blowing directly on me, which is the only reason that I am upright. Get hot. Yes, let's see on Wednesday if we can peer pressure Moon into Toadstorming for us. Toadstorming for a whole new audience. Also, we just got a thunderstorm warning from the government. So if we abruptly lose stream or lose power, that's what's going on. We'll be okay. It's just, you know, the thunderstorms in the background are, you know, for play, but we're going to get them for real, for real. I'm going to do these first few stitches without it being in my clamp because I've got the extra fabric folded under the clamp here, but it has quite a bit of an overlap and the stitches I need to stitch are like under it. So I've got to like hold the fabric out of the way. Yes, the government told me. Orca says it's been very dark clouds all day, was hoping for storm. Okay, hold on 1 second. Bella just managed to close all of my chats and all of my control windows. I just hope I'm still streaming. She also closed the wheel. Bella, what have you done? Bella managed to not only close Opera, she also updated it. So let's... Oh, and turned off my ad blocker? Bella, what? How? How could you do this? Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I think I'm back. Hello, hello. Okay. Yes, I have a wheel. I have subtitles. I have chats. Let me chat. Jeez. Yeah, I don't know what she managed to do because I didn't even see her walk on the keyboard. I thought she walked by the keyboard. The threat isn't the storm, it's the Bella. Bella is the storm. But Toot is Batman. There's a war between Toot and Titty over who's Batman. Dornatrix, welcome. Sorry about the cat shenanigans you walked in on. Oh my god. Okay. Bella's currently investigating. The wheel cooldown is 15 minutes, I believe. Bella's currently investigating the drawer where the cat treats used to be. I'm watching you, ma'am. Anyways, let me finally get my first stitch in on a Kyrie since we spun the wheel 10 minutes ago. And these first few stitches are going to be a little bit awkward because, like I said, I've got my folded over fabric kind of in the way. I guess I can tuck it up into the grime guard there. Tornistrick says, never apologize for cat shenanigans. It's the spice of life. Yeah. Your cat shenanigans resulted in your cat having her bedroom access revoked during the workday. Yeah, we've got one who has her bedroom access revoked at night. All right. So remember how I said that, like, I wasn't leaving enough Ada for myself, and then I started leaving too much? This is one of the ones that I didn't leave myself enough. Like, this is the edge of the Ada, and there's a few stitches beyond this. Like, cutting it close. Also, welcome around, Titty. I don't know if I said that appropriately, but welcome, Titty, even if you are not the Batman. Yeah, I gotta do something about Nightbot's timers. Titty's lurking. Well, thank you for the lurk. I do appreciate it. Guys, I started stitching with the wrong thread. This is 7:32. I needed 7:30. Lurking in the streets, watching out for crime, keeping them safe because you're... Yeah, I blame Bella for the huge interruption. At least I only got 3 stitches done. It wouldn't be a stream without some tech issues and some kitty issues. Yeah, that's definitely 7:32. My bad. Although, in my defense, this is 7:30, the one I was supposed to be working with. And this is 7:32, the one that I picked up. That's pretty close. Anna, welcome in. I'm so glad you could come by. I realize I say I'm so glad you could join us every time, and I always mean it. But I am so glad you could join us. Are you working on yet another pair of socks? Anna's in her sock era, and we are here for it. If anybody's working on a project while watching, please let me know what you're working on. I'd love to know. Just chilling, think you overdid it today? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes when you have a day off, you go a little bit too hard on the hobbying. Orchid is working on their possum. Possum's so cute. And Turnitrix is trying to get your ass in gear and work on your pride shirt. Nice. Nice. Now is that knitting, crochet, sewing? Weaving could be a possibility. Orchid, I literally haven't done a stitch. I'm going to join this thread and then I'm going to spin. I'm getting this thread started. Orchid's gonna be broke in channel points by the end of stream, just trying to get me to work on the frog. I don't care, we need frog. Turnitrix is sewing together a tank top and embroidering the heck out of it. At least that's the idea. Nice. I am completely terrible at sewing. So I always really am impressed by the people who can do that. Anna said, I knit in the sun this morning and then went to the garden center and bought 2 rose bushes and containers for them and put them in front of the house because your new landlord is an angel sent from above. Alright. That's cute. Okay. We're spinning the wheel for Orchid. Here we go. Oop. Ready, guys? Here we go. Oh. Too bad. So sad. It's Kyrie again. You can try again in 15 minutes. See, this is how you build community engagement. Thank you for the hydrate too. Why do I keep going back to POW? Orchid says we will spend all of my points. Orchid, why do you have no points? I spent them all on gambling. And everybody should hydrate with me. So Detective Todovsky is part of a series of like animal portraits. So we also have Dr. Crow that I'm going to do, and Toot is doing Dialo Shade. And yes, Toot has a Mama Witch Possum. And I actually have a Mama Witch Possum as well. I've got the tea time one. I will use Black Ada, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you guys, yeah, you can just barely see. This is Bella right here. She's remaining still and not causing any more tech issues. You know, setting timers for 15 minutes is a really good productivity technique as well. Sai says, Sophie would always turn off my PC while I was gaming. Oh no. Yeah, Toot's PC has the power button on top, and it has definitely been turned off by a cat more than once. And the sheer amount of cat hair every time I open up one of the PCs. Toot says my power button is guarded by a FNAF plushie now. Yes. And Spooks and Rives like to end my gaming sessions that way, says Orchid. Oh no. And I think, while I was getting set up for stream, I thought I saw a question in the Discord from Sai about black and white patterns. And Two was right. If you put them into Pattern Keeper, you can get them to highlight in the colors that correspond to the symbols. And most designers, at least online, do offer both color and black and white patterns. If it's a smaller designer, you could always try reaching out to them and seeing if you can get a color version. But unfortunately, for us old people, That's just how patterns used to be. We have a book of patterns that I've made a few small pieces from. And it's a black and white pattern book. The patterns are hand drawn. Like they aren't. It wasn't a printed. I mean, the booklet was printed, but you could tell that the patterns themselves, the symbols were hand drawn because there's slight variations in each symbol. Yeah, Sai, if it was an older designer, I'm not entirely surprised they only offered it in what's going on? Sorry. I'm not surprised they only offered it in black and white, because that used to be the way things just were done. But it is a bit odd now. And I missed this comment from Toot earlier, but Toot did finish their Audrey 2 Eclipse piece, which is amazing. So you should definitely check it out in the Discord if you haven't seen it already. But it is so cool. But it was huge. It was gigantic. So she finished that yesterday, started another little piece, finished that today, and has now started another, I'd say another large piece. It's like a good 10 inches by 10 inches. 9 inches by 9 inches, actually. Moon says Toot stitches so fast. Toot also stitches consistently. That's my problem. Ooh, Orchid, you're going to finish Possum at work tonight. Nice. And yeah, medium piece, 4,200. I mean, so that's like, what, a week for Toot? Just as a general rule, don't compare your own personal stitching speed to anyone else's. Everyone has different amounts of time to stitch in. They have different ways to stitch. If you are doing 100 stitches a week and enjoying it, that's good. There is no such thing as being too fast or too slow. But yes, Toot is deep in a Stardew playthrough. Oh, Orchid, you timed yourself yesterday just for stats? What were your results? I love a good experiment. Moon and I were talking about this earlier. We love statistics. Like, just give us a nice graph. 110 in an hour? Yeah. That sounds about what I do. I always estimate about 100 an hour when I'm figuring out how long it's going to take me to do certain pieces. But, I mean, I have more stitching time in the day than other people do, so I do 110 an hour, but I stitch for, 6 or 7 hours a day, whereas someone else might only get an hour to stitch, so... I'm sure I will slow down significantly when I get back to work. You had exactly 100 stitches in one color, so you timed it in math time. Oh, that's cool. That's a good experiment. I've had a few people comment on my latest YouTube video about doing the knitting experiment with the different methods and saying how much they liked the method and they found it really helpful. So yeah, I encourage everyone to experiment, and not just experiment, but like write down your results so that you can know what's the most comfortable and most enjoyable for yourself, because really that's the most important thing. You would like to repeat the experiment though for science? Science with DH. Well, it looks like we're going to need another Timmy. We have 9 children still. I've always got spares. Although, honestly, my last experiment was more like, do I have an extra scaphoid? Because mine is really hurting right now. I have broken my scaphoid bone in the past. Well, not really broken. It's so small that it's hard to break, but I got it, like, twisted. Your scaphoid is right here. So, like, under your thumb. So it's this little, like, connecty bit here, and there is a bone there that's not really firmly connected to anything else, so it can twist around when it gets injured, and it hurts like a butt. And that's what I find aches the most when I'm stitching. Orchid said it's the shoulders for you. Yes, unshrimping is very, very crucial. Also, I apologize. I'm in healthcare, and I sometimes forget that other people who aren't in healthcare don't have the same kind of conversations that I do. So I apologize for my use of descriptive language. Orca says, I have much better posture on the couch. Sometimes I want to stitch in bed. And we got another wheel spin from Orchid. Yay! All right. So let's check off what we've done. And then we will see if we get the Detective Todevsky. Todevsky? I got a whole 27 stitches done. But this is why we do the wheel. The wheel is chaos. The wheel is great. All right. Here we go. Another wheel spin. All right. Toad. Toad, 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 toad. Toad, 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 toad. Okay, I'm going to spin again because that's 3 in a row. All right. We're spinning again. Okay. Toad, 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 toad. Oh my god, it worked. Oh my goodness, it worked. We are starting Detective Todevsky. All right, toads in the chat. Toads in the chat, everyone. All of your frog gifts. Orchid manifest it. All right, guys. The frogs on screen. It's giving me life, really. I love it. Let's see if I can show you. So this is Detective Todevsky in all of his glory. This lovely little portrait. So I don't have all of the colors I need for him. So I'm gonna see, I'm missing one or two. So I'm gonna see how far I can get. If I need to swap something out, I will. Orchid says I want to do that piece too, but I want to work on smaller pieces first. Yeah. Yeah, this is it. Again, he's a bit of a medium-sized one. He's 5,000 stitches. So I call that medium size. I'm just using black Ada. I've got it in this little 6-inch hoop, 6-inch frame. So let's take a look at the... So I'm taking a look at the pattern. The red dot is the center of the pattern. So I'm trying to figure out what colors I have near the red dot. 732? Yeah, okay, let's start there. That's actually the color we were just working at. Yeah, this frame is quite small. It's great for working on little pieces. And thank you for the hydrate. Oh, I see we've got some do-its in the chat. Was that in regards to Orchid stitching? Yes. Orchid, stitch the thing. Yes, Toot used it yesterday while working on the Silly Mates piece. It is quite small. So small. Especially because the arms are the same like thickness as the larger frames. So the arms just feel unreasonably large for how big of a working area you actually have. All right, here we go. So I am starting in the center of this piece. Already got a bit of fluff. I am starting in the center of this piece. And just kind of working outward as I go. I will have to move the frame As I clear other larger frames, I will probably move it into a larger frame. But this will do for now. So this is Mama Witch Cross Stitch, who I absolutely adore their aesthetic. Very cool pieces. The little slow down turtle that I just finished, that was Mama Witch as well. And I love this little portrait series. Trying to Trick says, not me using a 4-inch hoop on a whole ass tank top. Yep, I mean, work with what you got. Like I have this 6-inch frame, and then I have 2 8-inch frames and then a 12-inch frame, and the 12-inch is just too big. Like it's great for larger pieces if I don't want to move the frame, but having to like stretch my arm around the piece is exhausting. Embroidering jersey is the worst. Oh yeah, jersey would be, because it's so stretchy. I've got a sweatshirt that I need to sew some patches and stuff onto. But that's as far into the sewing world as I'm going to go, I think. Turner Trick says I have the whole thing covered in stabilizer and have to use a tiny hoop where it stretches while I'm working on it. Ah, yeah. Yeah. And Vampaza says, wait, she just released a carnival Halloween design and I'm obsessed. May have to get it. Yeah. I follow her on Instagram, and the second that post went up, I sent it to Toot and Moon and I was like, we need. Sai says, I just bought one of her patterns yesterday. I'm making my friend her witch sign pattern. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I really like Witchy Stitcher. The other new start on the wheel is a Witchy Stitcher. Group Sal, perhaps? Maybe. If I was to do a Sal, it would probably be like a Summer Ween. Too spooky, too hot one. Your favorite hoop for not being able to have to move around a lot is 9-inch. But now that I've got a large chunk of my cross stitch project anchored, I'm going to switch to my 6x8 square frame to see how you go with that. Okay, that sounds good. And yes, yeah, as Toot said, we are in the Witchy Stitcher Patreon. Definitely recommend. Right now, every other month, she's releasing the nostalgic tarot patterns, which I adore. And yes, Sai, we're very excited to see you work on it. Please, please, please post pictures. Have I done a witchy stitcher? I have done a witchy stitcher. I did the little crafting corner one. That was witchy stitcher. And I believe Witchy Stitcher's Canadian as well, if I seem to recall that correctly. Toot says my Q is basically Mama Witch, Witchy Stitcher, and Cozy DH. I should just change my name to Witchy DH, I think. Cozy Witch. But also, thank you. See, Toot not only has direct access to what I'm planning to do, she also requests patterns. So if she can't find a cross-stitch pattern for something that she wants, she just will ask me to make one, and usually it's a really good idea, so I'll just do it. I've also been having a lot of fun making the little minis for the Valorant agents, and now Giorgio, my new best friend. So there might be some minis from other fandoms. Yes, Moki was one of Toot's ideas. There's another Fraggle Rock one. There's 2 more Fraggle Rock ones that I'm working on that Toot suggested. And then, yeah. There's going to be a... You've probably heard the quote, "The horrors persist, but so do I." I'm going to do that, but it's going to be Toot being chased by serial killers. Yes, sorry, movie serial killers. Like Michael Myers and Chucky. Not real serial killers. Real serial killers should not be given that kind of a platform. But as Orchid was saying, if you are currently shrimped up, we've been doing this about an hour. So take a moment, do some stretches. Stretch your fingers. Stretch your back. Adjust your posture. Grab some water. Get yourself comfy. No, Orchid. Unshrimp. Unshrimp. And Sai says, I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, you're welcome. Like, we understand the fascination with serial killers. I do not understand people who, I don't know, idolize them. That's weird. Yes, unshrimp. Unfortunately, Toot has a tear in her labrum in her shoulder, and it's probably because of shrimping. So do not shrimp. You might need surgery in your shoulder. Scare tactics. Anna says, thanks for that. I was sitting so weirdly. You are welcome. Everybody needs the reminder. Just unshrimp. Shake it out. Stretch. I now have to count to 7. Wish me luck. She says, remember the shrimp follower and cult of the lamb we named Moon's posture? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And Orchid says 35291130. Thank you. Thank you, Orchid. You're so helpful. I had also forgotten about Moon's posture. But yeah, that was a good one. Moon is a fellow streamer here on Twitch, has just started doing cross-stitch streams of their own, but usually does gaming, especially FPS and other games like that. So definitely go check them out. We're actually going to be streaming together on Wednesday, which is going to be so much fun. So go check out Moon's stream as well. They're next going live tomorrow. Tomorrow, I believe. And Turniturk says, I feel like Moon was just giving people shade the other day about sitting crisscross in chairs at work. That's true. Moon, we're listening. We're listening to your spine popping. No fights here. We are all friends. It's not a hockey game. Oh no, I have to do more counting, guys. All right. I need to go 11 over and 3 down. Orchid says 424. Orchid. Thank you, Turnitrix. Turnitrix has faith in me. Yes, Orchid, you are very much helping. Aha, I did it. You are not helping. Toot saying all of my trigger sentences. What? What's the furthest I'll float my thread? Way too far. Way too far. Yeah, my giggle triggers. She knows exactly what to say to make me laugh. Or snort or get completely distracted. I will not be distracted. I will count. I will count. Amber Man. The furthest I'll float my thread is really far. I choose this. Welcome to life in the DH2 Chaos household. It's just a bunch of random sounds. And Orca says, me too, man. Would rather float than finish off and start a new strand. Yeah. If it's going to be so long that I'm wasting thread instead of finishing off and cutting it, I might do it. But, that rarely happens. A DH soundboard, Orchid says. No. No. What would even be on a DH soundboard? The bottom teeth and the top teeth in 2-8. You floated the white between them. Yeah. Ain't nobody got time for that. I love that it's been 24 minutes and Orchid hasn't spun the wheel yet. It's just towed forever now. Sorry, Orchid. Alright, only Toad. Got it. Okay, bye, Orchid. Have good work. Walk, drive, transit safe. Oh, thank you for the cyber hugs for Orchid. Ooh, we're gonna be in Orchid's ear. What should we do? Should we be very annoying? Bzzz. That was me in Orchid's ear. No, I mean, it was a fly in Orchid's ear. Trying to Google how to ban a streamer from their own stream. All of a sudden the power goes and Toot's standing by the fuse box going, oh no, the storm. Everybody hydrate. Drink. Thank you for the hydrate, dude. Well, we've been talking a lot about our favorite designers, Mama Witch, Witchy Stitcher. What are some of your guys' favorite designers? Drop them in the chat. I'd love to find new designers to follow. I've started getting back into Instagram, and there's so many interesting things. I saw Fine Frog Stitching dropped a teaser for the sequel to Femurs and Fungi. Guys. Oh, heck. You're too cute. Orchid says, my favorite is the Cozy DH, and Toot says, the Cozy DH. Well, thank you. That's very sweet. Actually, I'm starting to stitch more of my own designs. Like I did Cozy Bob, and I've got Moki. Well, I did Moki, and I have Cozy Bob. I'm working on Cozy Bob. But yeah, I'm trying to stitch more of my own stuff and really enjoying it. It says they're really excited to work on the Phasmo sampler. Yeah, that's a cool piece. I'm really proud of that one too. That is a it's your ghost hunting guide to Phasmo in beautiful cross stitch. I designed two Phasmo pieces, to kind of work together. I think you're doing the ghost in whichever one you'd rather do. I designed two pieces to do together, a band sampler style, and then the ghost info one. And they're both the same size. They're both 8x10 when you do them on 14 count. So I'm going to do one, Toot's going to do the other one, and there'll be a lovely little set. Toot says, I'm Batman, not Remember Man. It's okay. It would have been entirely possible that I had misremembered which one I was doing. Although the info one has a ton of backstitch, so I don't know if you'd rather swap on those grounds alone. And Toot says, in order to remember things, you should use my Notion template available on Etsy and soon Coffee. I did a cross-stitch template for Notion that helps you keep your project organized, your stash organized, your queue organized, your pattern library organized, just everything about your stitching life organized in one digital spot for you. So if you are Notion curious, you did a very good shill, dude. So if you're Notion curious, but you've been intimidated by it in the past, it's a very robust program. You can build it from the ground up to do anything and everything, but the problem is you have to build it from the ground up. With my template, even if you know nothing about Notion, you can jump right in and start using it. So yeah, that is available on the Etsy. Toot was Notion curious, now they're Notion furious. Too Notion, Too Furious. Yes, Too Notion, Too Furious is going to be the next Notion template that I bring out. The sequel, if you will. Notion Chromeo Drift. Notion 4, Notion Comes Home. It's an Annabelle Comes Home reference. I am actually working on more Notion templates for knitting and crochet in particular, and then I might do like my life dashboard. I might adapt that into one that is sellable because I find that very helpful for me in my daily life as well. Notion 2, the electric Notionaloo, and Notion 3, the Notioning. When I was in college, I had a fish, and his name was Mitch. And when Mitch passed away, I got Mitch 2, Electric Mitchaloo. And then when Mitch 2 passed away, I got Mitch 3, the Mitchening. At this point, I should have probably stopped keeping fish, but I didn't until after Mitch 4, Mitchin' Impossible. Demonic Babs, thank you so much. Babs the Enabler coming on over to, I'm sure, spread the good word of something that's inadvisable to do in the cross-stitch world. But thank you so much for the follow. I'm glad you could join us. We are spinning the Wheel of Whips tonight. Chilling with some lo-fi. I have an ill-advised new start going on. No sound for you. Just popping in to drop a follow before you go to bed. Have a good stream. Thanks so much, Babs. I know you can't hear me, but I say it anyways. Mainly because Bella is sleeping in front of my keyboard and I can't type it. Oh yeah, that's right. I have captions. Aha. Pasty H was smart about that. Oh, I hope you can catch more stream next time, Babs. Dude says the way we all forgore about the captions. Yep. And Orchid says, to answer your question about other designers, I came across Beyond Toast Coffee, and they have a bunch of cuties on there. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Beyond Toast. I'm just freely stitching in a straight line. Toot says you should drop a link in the Discord, perhaps? When you get a chance, yeah. Toot's very smooth. She's always smooth. Smooth like chunky peanut butter. I need to trim this little floaty hair. Apparently I need to karate chop my camera stand. That's what I need to do. There we go. No little fuzz now. Into the scrap jar with you. Toot says, do you need my batarang to fix the camera stand? No, I'm good. But I do know that you're a man. And Moon has stitched 273 stitches on Deadly Aquarium. Let's go. Yes, I go Moon go. That's awesome. You have to be so close by now. When I was almost done Deadly Aquarium, I was like, I feel like I should be finished. I feel like I should be finished this. And then I went and checked and it still has like 600 stitches to go. And I'm like, why? fun fact, Titty has an actual metal batarang. Not bangerang. It hurts a lot. Titty, you're supposed to throw it at other people, not yourself. But actually, no, don't throw it at anybody. Put it on your wall as a nice display. Listen, guys. I know I said bangerang. Roo. Fee. Oh! Yeah. Ooh, the rain just hit. I can smell it. I got this wave of petrichor. Oh, it's such a good smell. Pet trick or is what your caption said. And it says it was so warm today, I wish it'd rain here. Yeah. It was so hot today. I'm hoping that this storm helps. It's like up to 27 or something. And petrichor is a good word, good smell. Yes. Petrichor is such a good word. It's just a fancy word that means the smell of rain. That's what it means. I think it might technically be the smell of earth after it rains, but it's the smell of rain. Thank you for the hydrate, Toot. And at 33 outside? Oh, no. And Titty says, yeah, it was hot here, too. Not too hot, though. What's too hot? Only 108. Titty, we have to have a conversation. And Pazzo says that is diabolically hot. It is. We adore Titty, but it warm. Yes, they're in South Florida. Sorry, he is in South Florida. South Florida is not to be confused with the Southerner. Those are different. Yes, I am aware. Florida is, for some reason, not the South. Even though it's southern than the South. Florida is its own thing. Paz is in Central Florida, but originally from New York, so anything over 80 and you're hot. Oh, no. Dude says we don't claim Florida. Oh, no, that's too hot. Too hot. All right. What we're gonna do is I'm going to do a wheel spin now, and then we're gonna wrap up stream in about 15-20 minutes. So I'm gonna do the last wheel spin, and then turn that off. I know, Orchid. I know you want Frog. I promise I will work on Frog on stream on Wednesday. So you'll just have to come back Wednesday. That's all there is to it. All right, let's do one last spin for the evening. Close. And we're spinning. And we got Cozy Bob. All right, let's do some Cozy Bob. Orchid says you say that as if I wouldn't be here. I know, Orchid will always be here. All right, so we're switching over to Cozy Bob. I should probably switch this back. There we go. So this is a pattern I designed, am in the process of designing. He's this very cozy skeleton fellow. In our house, all skeletons are named Bob. This is probably good information to have. Oh, thank you, Turner Tricks. Yes, I'm quite proud of him. I am planning on doing... So this is Cozy Bob. I am planning on doing a companion piece that will be Sweaty Bob. And Sweaty Bob will have a bubble tea and like a tank top and, you know, good summer queer vibes. Jude says he will be up in the Etsy and coffee store soonish. He will be, yes. I want to finish stitching him because there's a couple things I'm not 100% sure about with his body. But after I finish stitching him, I do want to get him up in the shops. And then I will make him a friend. Sweaty Bob. So let's just gonna finish filling in his hat because I don't need to think about that. Except how I somehow immediately made a knot. I have no idea what I just did. And Moon says, can't wait, love Bob. Aw, Bob loves you too. Oh, I see what I've done. I started a new thread when there was already a thread there. How foolish of me. I'm really proud of this little guy. He's one of my first designs that I've done completely. No, that is not true, Turnitrix. I use 732 and then I use 730 and then 732, and this is 471. I just really like green. I just really like greens, okay? But this Bob piece, I did him completely from scratch, and I'm just really proud of the way he turned out. I think he looks great, and I'm surprised that I did him myself. He's giving a bit of gorillas vibes. Ooh, yeah, I like that. He's going to have like this like oversized knit sweater. It's got rips. Dude says, I am not surprised you are awesome and artistic and incredible. Heck, I say, but thank you. So I'm going to work on Bob for another 15 minutes or so, and then I think we'll get wrapped up here. So I'm just trying to think if there's any more business. So yes, everybody go check out the coffee shop. And have a look at the new freebie, the Giorgio Tsoukalos mini. Because remember, the plan is impress him, so he'll be my new best friend. If you're a member of the Discord, which you should be because it's awesome, definitely come check out the Discord. It's the best place to hang. There are a ton of different people in there with a ton of different experiences and different crafts. So if you are a crafty person and you want to try something new or you need help with something, it's the best place to post because you're going to get a ton of great answers. We love seeing your pets. You get all the stream announcements first, all the announcements about new patterns in the shop, anything else that's happening in the community. It's all going to happen in the Discord first, and then it'll come up in one of the streams. As for streams this week, usually I do Monday and Friday, as you know. However, this week we are doing a special Wednesday stream. We're going to be streaming 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, and that is going to be a joint stream with the lovely Moonphased. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a cross-stitch stream, a lot like this one, similar kind of chill, low-key vibes. Moon and I are both going to be chatting. If you have questions about cross-stitch or anything like that, we'll do our best to give our different perspectives on it. But yeah, it'll just be a really fun, chill evening of cross-stitch. You'll be able to watch it here on my Twitch or YouTube, as well as from Moon's side at Moon's Twitch, which to just put up the link to that. So I'm really excited. That's going to be fun. So because we're streaming on Wednesday, there's going to be no stream on Friday, but the next episode of the Cozy Cast is going to go up on Friday instead. And I think that's all the news. I'm not sure when more cross-stitch patterns are going to get added to the shops. Soon. I've got several which are like almost ready to go. I just need to get them polished up and ready for you guys. And like I said with the coffee, you'll pay less on your end on coffee. I get the same amount of money on both coffee and Etsy, but Etsy's fees are higher, so the prices are higher on Etsy. However, if you are an Etsy user and you favorite our patterns on Etsy, that helps bump up our visibility in the traffic. So even just favoring them is awesome. And of course, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, following, all the normal online social media-y things. But it's going to be a pretty low-key week around here for us anyways. We had a bunch of appointments last week. We were in and out of the house way more than usual. But this week we are just chilling, relaxing. Toot's got a new game they're going to try. I've got a new game I'm going to try. Because I can't stop thinking about watching AFK Journey with Markiplier. So I'm going to give that a shot. So I'm gonna try AFK Journey. And Toot is gonna be trying Fabledom. Fabledom is another city building, resource management, town management type game, which is completely their vibe. Not so much mine. Alright, turn to tricks, let's go! Friggin' A, finished a thing on this project. Let's heckin' go. I'm very excited to see this project. Because, like, a Pride tank top, hand embroidered, is going to look so awesome. We haven't been to Pride in several years because we're old people and don't like crowds. But I might celebrate Pride this year with a few cross-stitch patterns, perhaps. Orchid wants to stitch on some tote bags. Yeah, that'd be great. Orchid, you're so creative and so artistic. I'm sure you will find some way to make some really awesome stuff. Turntrick says, I walked at the back of the parade with a friend last year, and it was fun, but there was a short point where the crowd kind of mobbed into the street, and I about had a panic attack. Yeah. It's, we're in Toronto, so it's a big pride. A big pride. And, yeah, it's just not, it's not something we're up to anymore. We're too old for it. I mean, I say that jokingly. We're not that old. It's just... it's not really our scene anymore. If I had friends walking in the parade or something like that, it might be different, but I do not. And you are very welcome, Orchid. You deserve every word of it. Sai says, gotta leave it to the youngins now. Yeah. And Charles says, June is just too hot outside for you. Yeah, there's that too. It definitely, it can get very hot very fast. Not a lot of shade. And Orchid says, back home for Pride, there was a fountain in the square. I'm not sure the lore behind it, but older lesbian couples would always go dance on the top. Oh, that's so lovely. But yeah, very low-key, chill week here. We'll be around in the Discord quite a bit. And we've got our streams and our videos, and I'm just looking forward to spending some nice quiet time with this amazing community. I mean, you guys really, you make it what it is. Like, I am so incredibly grateful for every one of you, everyone who comes to the live streams, everyone who participates in the Discord, everyone who's here and lurking. Like, Cheryl, you've been here the whole time. I've been mispronouncing your name the entire time, and you've just been lurking. It's great. And yeah, I love you guys. And thank you for your continued support. If I could stream every day, I would. If I could be live for longer, to spend more time with you guys, I would. It's definitely a highlight of my week, and every time I can't stream, like Friday I couldn't stream, it's a bummer. So I'm very happy to be here with you guys and starting off the week like this. All right, let's see if I can finish his hat here. I've just got a few little stitches to go. My toxic trait is always thinking that I have much less left to do than I actually do. And Toot's going to put up a bunch of links for you guys to check out. If you're watching on Twitch, go ahead and check out the YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, come over and check us out on Twitch. Either way, come check us out on the Discord. Cheryl says my name is difficult. Yes, and it looks like a Gaelic word, which is why I'm pronouncing the SI with an SH sound. Because that's how it would be pronounced in Gaelic. And it did not occur to me that that probably wasn't correct until, like, today. And if you do end up either purchasing or stitching any of my patterns, I would love to see the end result. Like, that would just make my day. So definitely, if you aren't in the Discord, if you're not a Discord person, you can tag me on Instagram. I would just love to see them. And Toot says, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. I agree. For this chaotic, totally awesome stream. And be sure to join us on Wednesday for our co-stream with Moon. Absolutely, I agree. It was totally awesome. It won't be one that I'll soon forget. It was really great. I know. All right, one more stitch. And Cozy Bob has a cozy hat. All right. Okay, guys. So on that note, as we have finished Cozy Bob's cozy hat, I would like everybody on Twitch to say goodbye to everybody on YouTube. Turn Trick says, I love Cozy Bob. I always love Cozy Bob. So everybody on Twitch, say goodbye to YouTube. Everyone on YouTube, say goodbye to Twitch. Goodbye, 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 my friends on YouTube. All right. So on YouTube, I will see you in the Discord. I will see you in Twitch. I will see you, hopefully, in the coffee. And as always, I will see you in my heart. All right. Bye, YouTube. Bye-bye. All right.